Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off the cuff video, guys, for everyone that's new. What does that mean? I record it and I upload it. There is no fancy intro symbol, there is no fancy editing skills. I do have a transition button, which I'm starting to use more and more on the weekly Wednesdays. These weekly Wednesdays are essentially a Q&A. You ask me questions, I answer them. They are primarily model focused. It is primarily GW stuff. There is some time questions to do with terrain that I answer and stuff that's going on in the workshop and with me. If I come across anything sneaky like storage stuff or sneaky tools that we can use or cheap paints or anything like that, I'll inform you guys and let you guys know on the weekly Wednesday. Imperium magazine also comes into the weekly Wednesday also. Now, I have a few questions here. First thing I'll talk about is Imperium magazine. Now, I haven't received nothing since March. So I phoned them up to find out what was going on, because they sent me a letter saying I owed them money. I was like, okay, well, what's going on here? And what basically happened is February issue was sent out, and there was a problem at their end with the bank, and it wouldn't take the money. So then it arrived, and then they went to retake the money again, and I thought they were taking it, so the money wasn't there. So the third time they went to take the money was actually the same date that the next lot was due to come out, and their system didn't recognise that this hasn't been paid for, but we're sending this out as well. So they sent me, March's issues, and then hadn't been able to take the money, and so that's all paid for and sorted out. So I should be receiving that back next couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I was just like getting them back in, but I won't. The last issue I had was issue 30, but it won't be issue 31, 32, 33, and 34. They could come a few months later. So they will be out of order. Like when they arrive, they will be out of sequence, and I do apologise, but it's just the way things happen. I was asked a question that I answered last week about my favourite traitor legions in 40k. There's 3 that I didn't mention, and I was given out 2 for doing it. Iron Warriors, the Night Lords, and the Word Bearers. Now, the reason I forgot these ones and they went on my head is, it goes back to the same thing I said last week about the Emperor's Children. There isn't any proper focus models for that faction. Hopefully they change that, which I don't think they'll change for the Iron Warriors, Night Lords, World Bearers. I think they'll do that in 10th. I think they'll add them in 10th. Same way I think in 10th edition they're going to add Chaos Cultists as their own codex, which would be fantastic. But Iron Warriors, I think there's only one model that I've seen that's specifically devoted to Iron Warriors, which is an Iron Warriors Runesmith, I think it is, or Wolfsmith or something like that. But yeah, that's the one model I've seen. Night Lord's guy, I think is the only guy I've seen is with the Power Fist with the big wings on his head. I think it's an okay model. And Word Bearers, I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure there's a character or something like that, but I couldn't even tell you. So I can't answer on those 3 because I don't really know. There's not really much to look at and go by, unfortunately. But this is where GW has lots of room to expand, and they haven't really shot themselves in the foot by just releasing everything in one go. Same way if you look at the Eldari, it's not a full resculpt, but I think in 10th edition the ones that they haven't resculpted for now will be resculpted, like the Fire Warriors, the Wolf Spiders, all those type of things, which is great. I'm sorry if you hear the wind out there. There's a rain and wind and it was horrible. Okay, what's your favourite 9th edition model so far? Now there's 2 answers to this question. Okay, my favourite 9th edition model that I've looked at, it may not have been released in 9th edition, it's just I've looked at it now. So if it was released last edition, I do apologise, but I've already seen it now. So, and I'm going to answer my favourite I've put together so far. That's and painted so far. That's a good way of doing it. My favourite models for 9th edition that I've seen so far: Bellicor, without a doubt, absolutely amazing sculpt. And my next one would be the Illumina. Yeah, it's a difficult model to put together, but it's absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to painting it, but I'm dreading painting it, so it's one of those, I think painting that's going to be a long video, but we'll see what editing skills I can do on it and what I can trim out and trim down. The favourite model I've put together so far, see, that's a tough one, because there's so many good models that I've done. Quite a lot of the Space Marine, the HQ Space Marines I've done are absolutely fantastic. The Chosen House Space Marines I did yesterday, fantastic models. People were giving out about their monopose, and you can't really move. I've repositioned a few of them with relative ease. You know, even the Chosen House Space Marine with the lightning claws, his most of his lightning claws a certain way, and I've done them different, and they look fantastic. The Lieutenant as well, with his gun aimed up at the sky, with him looking over in that direction. You know, it's like modification on the shield. It's not, you know, it's, I can't pick one that my favourite to build. There's everything I've built so far for 40k from 9th edition, or you know, I've got my hands on it. I know it's not earlier edition. It's been fantastic. I mean, I've got some 7th edition Space Marine stuff and Chaos Space Marine stuff to actually put together that I'm working on off camera. You know, they're pretty straightforward to put together. It's arms, body, base done. Funnily enough, the Chosen Chaos Space Marines from the 7th edition, one of them actually has a pair of lightning claws, and I actually put him together. Can I see him? No, I can't see him. He's around. But as you put him together, and I was like, very similar. But anyway, so hopefully I've answered that question. Be'lakor and the Illumina are my two favourite models to look at. Space Marine stuff looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to knock it. Pretty much everything looks amazing, but they're the two that stand out for me. I'm not going to say Great Demons, you know, like Great Demons of Zench or Slanesh, or, you know, not going to say those. They're all fantastic models, but I know they were released previously. So I can't really add them to it, but they're still fantastic models. They're all fantastic models. Okay, here's the question. There's 3 questions here, and they're all not the same answer, but they all tie into each other. So I'll read them all out and we'll break them down and go through them. Can you do more Let's Builds? As I'm new to the hobby and I thoroughly enjoy it and find it a lot easier for you to do, like for me to do them. Can you do more painting videos, like maybe 2 per week? And the last one is, why don't you do brand new models that have just come out? Okay, so let's break it down. Can I do more Let's Builds? I'm trying to do as many Let's Builds as possible. Some weeks it might be 1, some weeks might be 2. I've actually just finished one just before I filmed this. An amazing model. But it all needs to be built. You know, I'm trying to build as many different kits as possible. To give you guys different things to look at and to help more people. But at the same time saying it, with the Imperium magazine at the moment as it stands, I've got 5 Immortals to put together and 10 Skitarii Rangers. As soon as they're done, I'm actually up to date with all of those, I think. And it means that then when the next lot comes in, I can straight back onto it. With the Indominus box, I've got 3 Blade Guard veterans, 3 Eradicators, the Outriders, and there's Assault Intercessors in there as well, but they were done off camera. You know, I'm trying to get as many of it done as possible, because once the Indominus box is done, I don't have to look at it again. I can actually spend more time on other bits and pieces. Same as the 7th edition 40k. Once that's all done, I can then focus on more stuff. So I'm trying to do as many as I can. With the painting videos, it's sort of a balance. The more of the Let's Builds that I do, the less I have to put together. And so I've got 3 or 4 kits here, and I can drop them down to maybe 1 a week, and then I could drop up the painting videos to 2 a week, which is not an issue. But there's no point me upping the painting videos and I'll eventually get to a point where there's nothing built, or I've only got 1 thing built and it's 2 videos for the week. you know, I'd rather have more stuff built, ready to go, and then just start painting that way. And why don't I do brand new models? Again, I can go and buy new models right now. Not a problem. Yeah, bish wash bang, lovely. Problem is, I've still got all of this to do. So it's all well and good getting new models, and they start piling up. You know, I do want to go and just pick up this new model that's just come out 3 days ago. Yeah, lovely. And then do Let's Build on it, and then have it here for you guys to vote and paint on it. For you guys to vote with me painting on it. But at the same time saying it, I've got so much here to get on with, you know. And then once that's done, I can then, you know, not so much once it's done, as I get close towards the end of it, where there's very little kits, 7 or 8 kits left for me to do, I can then buy something else in, because I'm still doing 2 a week. I do the new one and then do one of the old ones, and then, you know, something like that. It's a bit of a juggling act at the moment, but I do need to get everything built. It's no good. It's no good if it's sitting there like that. Okay, it's no good to me. But when it's built, and it's built like this, yeah, then I can actually start working away on it. Now, something else before we go to the vote, something else that was said to me, when I bring you guys down to show you the models, don't prime the models beforehand, because it's harder to see, you know, what's you know, what everything is. I apologise, guys, that's me trying to get ahead of myself. The person said to me, John, look, when you prime it, it takes a minute to prime, an hour and a half to dry, 2 hours to be safe. So you're not going to lose out on nothing. Gravel the base as normal, and you know, so then when you prime it, all you have to do is dry brush before you start painting it. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. I'm going to just glue the models up, gravel them, and have them here. Okay, so that when they're voted on, then I know Friday at 12 o'clock, bang, I can just crack on and know which one I'm working on. Now, when I go to the voting, just to remind you all with the rules of the voting, please vote. There's been loads of votes on bits and pieces. Everything that you guys have voted on, the one that's won with the most number of votes come Friday at 12 midday. That's when I paint for Monday's video. Okay, so the last one was the kinetic spider. Before that, it was the crates and the barrels and the storage containers. So I'm going to bring you down, show you this, but to register your vote, comment on this video, just tell me my vote is for this model or for that model. Again, the votes only be counted from the comments, and at 12 midday on Friday, that's when the votes stop. So if you had your vote after that, it won't count. You know, sorry guys, but that's, you know, it's the way we're going to do it. Don't send it to me on Messenger, just comment on here. If there is equal number of votes for different models, then I'll do a D6 roll off for them. You know, and I'll film that so you can see that that's the D6 roll off. Right, so I'll bring you down and I'll show you what we've got going on, and then, you know, you have your vote. Right, so we've got Chaos Cultists here. There's only 4 there. These are from the 7th edition 40k, but there is actually, I believe there's 20 in total. The rest are not glued up. So I dread that you guys asked me to paint those. But there's the Primaris Ancient, the Judiciar, there's a Chaplain, Primaris Chaplain, there's a Lieutenant there as well. We've now painted Lieutenant on the channel before, but there's one there to do. This is a 10-man tactical squad. These are 7th edition from the Dark Angels, from the box game, but they're Dark Angels, but there's only 6 here. But again, as you can see, look, they're just straightforward body, arm, base. Okay, there's just a nice bit of ideology on them and stuff. Right, we've got 2 Space Marine captains over the back here. One with the shield, one without the shield. We have the Luminar. We have this Chaos Hero, providing the claw arm that you see there is grey, providing that actually stays on the model. Twice now it's broken off. So providing it stays on there, if it doesn't, I'm going to have to get a bit of wire and just some green stuff saying onto him. Like this Chaos Knight here, he is part of a unit, so there is more of them. Then we have this lovely lady I built not so long ago. Some amazing detail now. Look at the shield, it's fantastic. I have this is a librarian from, sorry, let me just get in properly, from the 7th edition, who wants to focus in. No, he don't want to focus on this module. There we go. From the 7th edition of 40k. And these bad boys, these are the Chosen Chaos Space Marines from the Eldritch Omens box on the amazing bases from Immersive Terrain. Again, thank you, brother. They're absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And as a sneaky bonus, there is this badass. Now, this is today's Let's Build video. So, I haven't even edited this video, so I'm showing you guys a sneaky peek at it. Okay. Amazing build. Fantastic. Nice and easy. And last but not least, if you don't like the look of any of those, there is a wild card. What's the wild card? I'm not telling you. It's there. I can see it. You might have caught a little glimpse of it as I was showing you those. I don't know. I won't know until I upload the video and I see it myself. But he is in the background. Yeah, so chuck a comment below. Tell me which one you want to vote on. If you have any questions for me, you can chuck a comment below, or you can go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page, and there's a message button there. You can hit that to come over and chat to me on Messenger. Yeah, please vote, and I hope those questions, you know, I hope I've answered those questions for you guys and helped anyone out. Guys, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next week. Apparently next week I'm on a week's holiday for some bizarre reason that I never asked for from work. Anyway, if that is still the case, then there should be, I should shed loads of stuff, because I will literally be getting stuff done. Anyway guys, until next time, take it easy.